Hello, and welcome to your Vedic astrology predictions for May 2025 and what you can expect from the major energy shifts we'll experience as Jupiter and the lunar nodes Rahu and Ketu all shift signs during the month of May. Jupiter begins a new one-year cycle for all zodiac signs, and the new karmic axis of Rahu and Ketu begins a new 18-month karmic activation for all signs. Also, just a brief mention of April 30th, the super lucky day Akshaya Tritiya. Plus, Exalted Venus supports love, relationships, creativity, and charisma. Although April 30th isn't technically May, it's a super auspicious day that sees both the sun and moon in their exaltation signs of Aries and Taurus, respectively. This lucky day sets the tone for May 2025 to bring us all a much-needed relief after the March eclipses and April's complicated alignment of Sun, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu, all in Pisces. I'm Anastasia, and in this video, you'll get practical, down-to-earth Vedic sidereal astrology guidance to help you navigate the cosmic currents and surf the planetary wavelengths. Welcome to the channel, and happy birthday to May, Aries, and Taurus sun signs. Up first, we'll explore the general astrological energy for May, and then we'll get into the key dates for May 2025. We'll take a look at what Exalted Venus means for your love life, plus the major shifts as Jupiter and Rahu Ketu all change signs during May. All chapters are time-stamped in the description if you like to skip ahead. As always, this is a collective reading, and the astrology described will affect you according to your individual chart. Take what aligns and leave the rest behind. And now, your May 2025 Vedic Sidereal Astrology Forecast. First up, in May, all planets are direct. After the long Venus and Mercury retrogrades last month, May brings forward momentum. It's time to move on from the past and look forward to the future. Depending on your personal chart, the forward momentum of having all planets direct can be an excellent time to start new ventures or new projects. Taurus and Libra rising may be especially motivated now that your Lagna Lord Venus is direct and exalted. Gemini and Virgo rising also feel support for releasing the past and moving ahead now that the Mercury retrogrades are over for the moment. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, continues in its exaltation sign of Pisces right up until May 30th. Taurus and Libra, this is especially beneficial having your Lagna Lord exalted and direct, now that Venus lengthy retrograde has ended. Exalted Venus enhances your charisma and your ability to magnetize good fortune. Now, this is going to be felt most by Taurus and Libra, but all zodiac signs will experience the benefits when it comes to relationships, love, and beauty from this exalted Venus. The Parivartana Yoga that we've been experiencing with Venus and Jupiter exchanging signs ends on May 15th, when Jupiter transits to Gemini. So Sagittarius may feel a slight letdown, but Pisces will continue to enjoy the benefits of Venus exalted in your sign. For all zodiac signs, Venus, both exalted and direct, supports your relationships and maybe your love life if you're single and looking for a partner. If the Venus retrograde supported reflection on past loves and past relationship lessons, Venus direct now offers us cosmic support to move forward into new relationships or new ways of relating people, even in existing relationships. Venus is conjunct with both Saturn and Rahu for most of May. So even though we have cosmic support for finding or starting a new relationship, take things slowly if you're looking for a long-term partner. Rahu cautions you to make sure any new love interest is who they say they are, and Saturn wants you to think about the long haul, whether or not this relationship is a good fit for the long haul. Both these planets are friendly to Venus, so they do offer cosmic support for relationships, each in their own way. Venus goes into Gandanta from May 27th to June 3rd, so avoid big relationship decisions during that Venus Gandanta. Pisces. Pisces, you continue to see a lot of action with Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu all conjunct in your sign until May 6th, when Mercury moves into Aries. Toward the end of May, Rahu moves into Aquarius, which is a major energetic shift. Although this four-planet alignment isn't as extreme as the April's five-planet alignment, there's still a good bit of planetary complexity during this first part of May. It continues to affect Pisces the strongest, but Aries also gets affected by having your 12th house super activated. Pisces and Aries moon signs, you're going to be feeling the effects of Saturn's Sade cycle as well. If you're finding that you need help dealing with Sade, book a personal reading. So the end of May sees a triple Gandanta. Moon, Mars, and Venus are all in the Gandanta zone on May 31st and June 1st. Now, Moon goes into Gandanta 3 to 4 times every month, so that's not a big deal. But having 3 planets all in Gandanta on the same day is a lot. Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio will be the most affected, but all zodiac signs should avoid making big decisions or starting new ventures on May 31st and June 1st. Gandanta isn't like a super big, huge deal, but it is something to be aware of because the energy is unstable. So Gandanta energy does not support long-term plans or big long-term projects and ventures. It's better to wait until the Gandanta passes. Now let's have a look at Mars, which continues in its debilitation sign of Cancer for the whole month of May. Aries and Scorpio, you're going to be most affected, so take care of your health. With your Lagna Lord debilitated, allow time for rest and recuperation. Cancer, you're also going to feel the effect of debilitated Mars in your first house. So Cancer, stay mindful if you're feeling frustrated or if you notice yourself or people around you acting aggressively or passive aggressively. It's just Mars and it will pass. Generally speaking, all zodiac signs may feel a little bit less motivation or vitality with debilitated Mars. Mars, as the warrior planet, helps us set boundaries and defend ourselves. With debilitated Mars, all zodiac signs may feel challenged with setting boundaries, and you may need to stay mindful about passive-aggressive behavior in either yourself or others. Also, support your immune system if you suffer from springtime allergies or spring colds. The immune system is your body's boundary and defense. In June, Mars transits to Leo, where it's much stronger. Now, Mars goes into Gandanta from May 31st through June 12th. So Aries and Scorpio may feel subtly unsettled and should avoid major new undertakings when your Lagna Lord is in Gandanta, if possible. May 31st and June 1st is that triple Gandanta, so avoid big decisions or launching new projects, definitely for those 2 days. Jupiter. Now let's get into the big news about Jupiter's transit into Gemini on May 15th. Gemini rising, this is a huge relief for you. You've had Jupiter over your 12th house where it was causing extra expenses, possibly larger debts, or even the loss of a male or male-identified partner. Now it's going into your auspicious first house. Jupiter moves slowly, so you won't necessarily feel the effects immediately. However, Gemini rising, you should definitely see some financial relief with reductions in debt or expenses, or just feeling like you're more able to get a handle on your finances. And there's just a general good vibe from having the great benefic Jupiter in your first house. All zodiac signs are going to be starting a new 1-year Jupiter cycle, and it will affect you depending on your own personal chart. Details about the specific effects of Jupiter on your sign are posted on my website. It is 100% free, and the link is in the description. And now, probably the most important news for May is Rahu and Ketu are on the move, the lunar nodes. So Rahu and Ketu are going to transit into Aquarius and Leo respectively. This transit shifts the karmic axis for all 12 zodiac signs, and it begins a new 18-month karmic cycle. The exact transit happens on May 18th by mean node calculations and on May 31st by true node calculations. So you'll start to feel the subtle effects of this karmic axis shift during a range of dates. Aquarius and Leo rising are going to feel this most intensely, as the lunar nodes will now be over your 1-7 axis, activating the house of self and the house of relationships. However, Aquarius and Leo, moon and sun will also feel the intensity of the karmic axis over your luminaries. Aquarius moon especially, you may feel some complexity. Your Saturn Saresate is in its final 2.5 years, so that's winding down. However, you're now going to have exalted Rahu over your natal moon, which may take some planetary management. Leo rising feels the effects of chaotic Ketu over your first house. Leo moon and Leo sun also feel Ketu's effects, as Ketu in some ways always eclipses the house it occupies. For Leo moon, your mind may feel strange and unsettled during this Ketu transit. Leo sun may be invited to look into the shadow side of your ego. For both Aquarius and Leo, the September 2025 eclipse cycle will happen in your signs. So I'm giving you a little advance warning if you want to plan a retreat or similar spiritual activity for the eclipses. An eclipse in your sign can be a powerful time to surface and integrate the shadow side of your personality. If you start to feel pressurized by this Rahu Ketu transit, book a personal reading. And for all zodiac signs, you can check the sign-by-sign forecasts posted on my website, which goes more in depth and more into detail about how Rahu Ketu will affect your sign. It's 100% free. All in all, we may continue to see worldly and political turmoil as the after effects of that exact conjunction of Saturn and Rahu on April 21st. So it's important to stay balanced, centered, and grounded in your personal life and emotions, because the world may pull you off your center. This does get easier in May. The forward momentum of all planets being direct and Venus being exalted helps you look ahead and progress in life. And now the summary of astrologically important dates for May 2025. But first, I'm just going to mention April 30th, Akshaya Tritiya. This auspicious day happens once a year when both the sun and moon are exalted at the same time. It is a super lucky day for starting new ventures, for making donations, for any spiritual practices you do, or starting a new spiritual practice. And depending on your lifestyle and your individual chart, it can be a great day for financial investments. On May 7th, Mercury moves into Aries. On May 15th, Sun moves into Taurus. And May 15th, also, Jupiter moves into Gemini, which starts a new one-year cycle for all zodiac signs. May 18 to 23rd, Mercury goes combust in Aries. Gemini and Virgo rising, take care of your health and avoid burnout. Get plenty of rest. Don't drive yourself too hard. Mercury combust in a fire sign can cause burnout. Now, Mercury remains combust until June, but by May 24th, Mercury is transiting into Earth sign Taurus, so the burnout factor isn't as severe. May 19th through 31st sees the lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu, shift to Aquarius and Leo. All zodiac signs are going to experience a new karmic axis and a new activation for the next 18 months. On May 24th, Mercury shifts to Taurus, where it's definitely happier and more steady than it was in Aries. However, it is still combust until June. May 31st and June 1st is that 3-planet pileup in the Gandanta zone. So all signs should avoid any big decisions or long-term ventures on May 31st and June 1st. So that's your Vedic Astrology Forecast for May 2025. For detailed sign-by-sign forecasts for all 12 zodiac signs, check out my website, which is linked in the description, and you'll get in-depth about how May's transits affect your sign. All hail the mighty algorithm. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to help make it visible to others who might enjoy it. Wishing you the blessings of health, happiness, and prosperity for May 2025. Namaste.